Here's what it says in Colossians 3. Wives, submit yourselves to your husbands. That's all you need to know. Have a good day. God bless. As is fitting in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them. At this point, in the last service, some lady actually muttered in a volume of that most of us could hear, "Oh no, oh no, here we go." And I imagine that there are right now some women in this auditorium or listening through podcasts who maybe are a little nervous, maybe even a little irate. Maybe you've had these verses used in ways that have not been necessarily godly, push you down and maybe degrade you in certain ways. It is puzzling. I mean, on the one hand, it's understandable why someone would feel nervous or irate because, Paul says to the husbands, don't be harsh with your wives. It almost has the connotation of, as you, tell them what to do and lord over them, be gentle, as you give them the instructions. And then the wives are just told to submit. They're not even said to love the husbands. The husband's supposed to love the wives, but the only duty is to submit. And you can be asked the question, is he talking about wives or children here? I mean, it has a certain feel to it that doesn't resonate well with a lot of people's sensibilities today, and we've got to deal with this. But not only is the passage puzzling, some of us have found that applying passages like this, wives submit to your husbands, can be disastrous for your marriage. Shelley and I came out of a real strict fundamentalist Pentecostal background. We were married in this real strict fundamentalist church. And we even went to these Bill Gothard seminars. I mean, you remember that in the 70s, the Bill Gothard seminars? Yes, very conservative. And they're really big on male headship. Man, this was important. Not only to be biblical, but society hung in the balance on this. Men stepping up and playing their leadership roles. And most importantly, Bill Gothard stressed that the man's supposed to be the head of the household, and that means that you are to control all the finances, because whoever controls the finances controls all the real power in the family. So this is very important that men control all the finances. So Shelley and I get married, and we move out east right away. I'm attending seminary, and I'm in charge of the finances. And this is not good news. I am, as a student, not just as a student, I've always lived my life like this. My head's in the clouds. I'm thinking about Paul Tillich or Karl Barth or, atonement theories or whatever. And I don't think about money. I don't care about money. It's never got my attention. And I lose bills. I lose everything. I don't have an organizational neuron in my brain. It's just one of the areas that I'm deficient on. And so, this isn't going well. Shelley, on the other hand, is very organized, and in contrast to me, she's very responsible and does think about money. And so the first month or two of our marriage was a matter of her asking me, how are we doing financially? Are we making ends meet? Are we paying our bills? And I don't even know where the bills are. I put them somewhere. I can't find them. So I always found myself saying, I don't know. So you get worried and ask more intensely, how are we doing? And then I'd begin to get irritated because she's always asking me these questions. And it was just not going well. In one of my more brain-dead moments as a compartmentalizing male, I actually suggested, how about we, instead of talking with us all the time, why don't we just reserve to talk about financial problems and all of our marriage problems. Let's talk about them between 9 and 11 on Wednesday mornings. I will set aside that time, and then we don't have to talk about them for the rest of the week. Sounds like a brilliant idea. She didn't think so. She thought that was pretty dumb, actually. It didn't go well. And in time, it was about 2 months into this, it finally, as usually happens, reality trumps theory. The necessities of reality, just send the theories out the door. And so Shelley took over the finances and organizing all of that. And I felt like, gosh, I must not be a real man, or I must not be biblical or whatever. But what I felt most was relief, because I did not want to be worrying about the bills. I just don't do that well. And reality ended up winning. But it caused a lot of tension in our marriage for a good bit of time.